You want to keep your employees engaged, motivated, and productive. An effective one-on-one can help you do that and help build trust, reveal your employees' concerns and needs so you can address them and help move them forward, give you important data on how to motivate them and support them. So what does an effective one-on-one look like? In this video, I'll share exactly that and what to do before the meeting, during the one-on-one meeting, and after the meeting to make it a valuable use of your and your employees' time. First, let's talk about what to do before the one-on-one meeting. I usually set this meeting up to be 30 minutes every 2 weeks, or if an employee needs more support or just wants to chat, we can do that ad hoc or sometimes set it up to be on a weekly basis. I like to have a doc prepared and send it to my direct report or employee in advance so they can pre-populate it with topics. The format can be super simple. You have the date as a heading and bullet points where the employee can pre-populate agenda topics. This can be anything they want to talk about, including any concerns that they have or if they are blocked in any way where you can help unblock them towards their goals. In terms of location, you can use a meeting room, but I personally like a walking one-on-one. This way we can get some exercise in as well. This also works if you have a remote team. You can call the person up and go for a walk in your neighborhood. And you can reference the agenda items on your phone as needed. For during the meeting, we're going to split this up into 2 sections. The first is about the employee. This is supposed to take the majority of the time if you want to reap the maximum benefits. The second section is about you as a manager and any topics that you want to bring up. Warning, don't make this yet another status update meeting. I'm sure you and your employees already have such meetings. Try to make this a meeting about what they want to talk about. I like to kick off by asking, how are you doing as a person? This is different from the traditional, how are you, or how was your weekend, or how's your day going, where a standard answer is usually fine. Here the person can share a feeling or share a detailed answer if they like, whatever they're comfortable with. An employee may share that they're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, and that's a good discussion topic to dive deeper into. Try to pay attention to their body language. What are they actually saying? What are their deeper concerns? What questions can you ask without prying to help them to open up a little bit more? I usually set the stage by saying, if you're comfortable sharing, can you please tell me more about X? And no is a totally acceptable answer. After asking how they're feeling, we go into the agenda topics. Again, these are topics that they have pre-populated. If nothing is pre-populated, I still ask them, what topics would you like to cover in this meeting? What's on their mind? Here they can bring up anything they want to talk about. For each topic, try to do active listening. Block out all other distractions. Try to ask questions instead of inserting your opinions or your feelings about things. Remember, this meeting is about them. Sometimes the person may just want to vent instead of needing help. If you're unclear on what, don't try to jump and solve the issue. Instead, you can just ask, hey, would you like my support here? Or would you just like me to listen? If you're finding this video valuable so far, smash that like button. It really helped the channel out. Once we've covered all the topics that your employee has, let's talk about the topics that you have. Start off with any admin-related announcements that may be relevant to this time. For example, performance reviews are due on X date. One other thing you can try is having a running agenda item for open feedback, which goes both ways. But this may create anxiety in your employee because every one-on-one meeting, they may think about, what feedback does my manager have about me? Where did I mess up? It's better to just give feedback as it comes up, ideally within 1 or 2 days. You may also want to plan for any upcoming time off that either you or your employee may have. This way you can ensure there's a coverage plan and backups in place. It's also a good time to check if your employee has taken any time off recently. For example, if an employee hasn't taken any time off in the last 3 months, it's good to prompt them to do so without forcing. Ultimately, it's their call, but you're looking out for their well-being and making sure that they're not burning out. Something to not do during this time is ask an open question like, do you have any feedback for me? That puts the employee on the spot. Instead, what you can do is plant the seed and say, hey, next one-on-one meeting, can you share some feedback about me? Better yet, what you could do is ask any specific feedback questions. For example, that meeting that I just ran, how do you think I led that? Was I too verbose? Did I give enough information or not enough information? And before we close, I like to ask, is there anything else you wanted to cover that we haven't in this meeting? If there's time, we cover it. If not, we'll capture it as an agenda item for the next one-on-one meeting. Third, what to do after the one-on-one meeting. Here I suggest sending out the action items that you and your employee have just discussed. One way you can do this is by tagging either yourself or your employee in that document, which is for your one-on-ones. The other way is to capture these action items in an email and then send it to your employee. To continue developing the muscles of how to think from the other person's perspective, check out my learnings from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, right here. Which idea resonated with you? Add it in the comment section below. I'd love to check it out. Or you can share one of your own ideas as well. I'm Neeraj Mathrani. Thank you so much for your time. Take care.